Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Learn How to Sudoku, where we take a very easy variant Sudoku puzzle and we break it down in detail so that you can learn how to Sudoku. Today's very easy puzzle is called All We Do Is Drive by Katie Splendor. And here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a single digit from 1 through 9, such that every row, column, and designated 9-cell region, which is a box in this case, contains the digits 1 through 9 once each without repeats. Or I should say, contains the digits 1 through 9 exactly once each. I think I like that better. We also have 405 lines, where the gray line is either a Dutch whisper line, where neighboring digits differ by at least 4, or a German whisper line, where neighboring digits differ by at least 5, or as I like to call them, whisper 4 and whisper 5 lines. Lines that are solid are one whisper type, and lines that are hollow are the other whisper type, which will be determined by the solver. So these are all the same type of whisper lines. So either if this is a whisper 5 line, this must be a whisper 5 line. If this is a whisper 4 line, this must be a whisper 4 line. Same with these. If this is a whisper 5 line, all the solid gray cells must be whisper 5 lines. If they are whisper 4 lines, then all the dark gray cell, the filled-in gray lines must be whisper 4 lines. So that's the rule set for 4 or 5 lines, 405 lines. And I'm guessing this is in relationship to Interstate 405, which I believe is in LA, but I could be wrong. Anyways, that's an example. That's how, okay. So on a whisper 4 line, if this were, say, a 3 here, this would have to be 7, 8, or 9. Because the only digits which are 4 or more away from 3 are 7, 8, and 9. However, if this is a whisper 5 line, if this is 3, this could only be 8 or 9, because those are the only digits which are 5 or more away from 3. And those are examples of how whisper 4 and whisper 5 lines work. We also have XV sums, where digits separated by a V sum to 5, and digits separated by an X sum to 10, and there is no negative constraint. What else do we know? So as an example, if this were, say this was a 3, then this would force this to be 2, and this would have to be 7, because these digits would add up to 10, and these digits must add up to 5. And those are examples of how XV work. We also finally have ratio Kropke dots, where digits separated by a black dot have a 2-to-1 ratio. There is no negative constraint. So for example, if say this was a 4, this would have to be a 2 or an 8 to maintain the 1-to-2 ratio between them. And those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's learn how to Sudoku. Okay. Best place to start would be all the X's and V's. These are adding up to 5, so they must be a low digit, which we consider 1 through 4. So these are all low. They must be next to a high digit here. So that must be next to a low digit guaranteed, or it could be a 5. So we're not sure about that completely, depending on if this is a whisper 4 or 5 line. These cannot be the same set for low and high. And on a whisper 5 line, you're guaranteed if you have a low digit in one spot, it must be next to a high digit in the next spot. Because what digits can be next to a low digit, which we consider 1 through 4? You can have 6, 7, 8, or 9. So 1 can be next to 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 can be next to 7, 8, 9. 3 can be next to 8 or 9. And 4 can only be next to 9. So next to a low digit on a whisper 5 line, you are guaranteed to have a high digit. And next to a high digit, you are guaranteed to have a low digit. So say this was a whisper 5 line. If this was one set, this must be the opposite set, which means this is the same set as this, which means this is the opposite set as this, which means this is the same set as this. But if they're both low, 1 through 4 can never add up to 10 with 2 digits out of 1 through 4, and 6 through 9 can never add up to 10 with the high digits. So the whisper 4 lines have to be the hollow lines, and the whisper 5 lines must be the solid lines. So this is guaranteed to be low, this is guaranteed to be high. These are all high. These are low. This is low, and these must be high. This is low, so this must be high, which forces this to be low, which makes this high, which makes this low. So that's one thing we have. We are guaranteed this has to be low. And it's going to be 2 or 4. But say this was 4 here. The problem is, even though this is a whisper 4 line, that would guarantee this has to be 8 and 9 here. But 4 is only in a 1 to 2 ratio with 2 and 8. So this 4 being next to an 8 and 9 guaranteed means this can't be also next to a black crappie dot of 2 and 8. So this cannot ever be 4. This is 2, which forces this to be 8. 2 can be next to 6, 7, or 9. It's next to a guaranteed 1 or 4, and these are both low. This last low remaining has to be 3, which makes this 2, which makes this 3 to add up to 5. 3 and 7 add up to 10. 3 can only be next to 8 and 9 on a whisper 5 line, so this is 9. This 7 eliminates 7 here. 7 can only be next to 1 or 2 on a whisper 5 line, and it can't be 2 because of the 2 here, so this is 1. That leaves, this can't be 9, so this could be 6, 7, or 8, which this can't be 6 because it's next to 2 unique digits on a whisper 5 line. So this is 2 or 3 here. This cannot be 3, 7, cannot be 2, 8. It could be 1, 9, or 4, 6. We're not sure which. This cannot be a 1, 4 pair, because if this were a 1, 4 pair, it would eliminate all possibilities for this cell here. So this has to be 2 or 3, which makes this 2 or 3. These have to be 5 or more away from each other. Cannot be 3 and 7, therefore, so this must be 2 and 8, which makes this 2, this 3, this 3. 3 can only be next to 8 or 9 on a whisper 5 line, and this is guaranteed to be whisper 5 line. 8 can be next to 1, 2, or 3 here. This can't be 2, 8, or 3, 7, so it's 1, 9, or 4, 6. We have a 1, 4, 6, 9 quadruplet in the central box, which eliminates 1, 4, 6, 9 in the rest of the box. So this must be 3, 5, and 8, of which, so 3 is in a 1 to 2 ratio only with 6, which 4 is in only a 1 to 2 ratio with 3. So this can't be 3 here. This 6 eliminates 6 here. 6 can only be next to 1 or 2 on a whisper 4 line. And it can't be 2 because of the 2 in the row. So this is 1, which makes this 4, which makes that 1. This cannot be 1 and 9. This is a 4, 6 pair. This can't be 4, 6. This is a 1, 9 pair. This 1, 9 pair eliminates 9 here. So this must be 6 here. 1 is next to 9 after with an X. So this is 9, which makes this 7. 1 can be next to 5. This 9 eliminates 9 here, so this is 8, which forces this to be a 9 to be on a whisper 5 line next to a 3. This has to be 5 or 7 because it's 4 or more away from 1. Remaining digits in row 6 are 2, 5, and 2, 4, and 5. This can't be 2 because of the 2 in the column. This 2, 4, 5 triplet eliminates 2, 4, 5 in the rest of the box. This can't be 5, so it's 7. That leaves the remaining digits here as in row 4 as 5 and 9. So one of these is 4, which means it can only be next to 8 or 9 on the whisper 4 line. It can't be next to 8, so that one of these has to be 9. The 6 can only be next to 1 or 2 on a whisper 5 line, so then the other one has to be 1 here. And to match these, so again, these are opposite. This has to be opposite. This has to be a 5 then, to match both the 1 and the 9 on this whisper 4 line. So that 5 eliminates 5 here, so this is 8 and 5. This 2 eliminates 2 here. Wait. So this is 4 or 5 here. I think I messed that up previously. This can't be 9 or 8, so it's 6 or 7. Well, if it's 6 or 7, 3 can never be here because 3 cannot be next to 6 or 7 on a whisper 5 line. We're guaranteed if we have a low here. Okay, so 5 can never... This is going to have to switch sets here, right? Because these can't be both from the same set, so we're going to have a 5 somewhere here. 5 cannot be here. If we had a 5 here, 5 can only be next to 1 and 9 on a whisper 4 line, but we can't have a 1 here because of the 1 in the row. So this can't be 5. This can't be 5 because 5 in the column. This can't be 5 because 5 has to be next to 1 and 9 on a whisper 4 line. So we need a 5 here. Which means this can't be 5. This is 4, which eliminates 4 here. 5, again, can only be next to 1 or 9 on a whisper 4 line. And this 1 eliminates 1 here, so this is 9, which makes this 1, which makes that 9. 9 can only be next to 1 through 5 on a whisper 4 line, and 1, 2, 3 are eliminated because of the 1, 2, 3, 5 in the row 7. So this is 4. That leaves 6, 7, 8 remaining in row 7. This can't be 6. This is 7 or 8. This must be 6, 7, or 8. This can't be 8. This can't be 7 because of this 8, 7, and 8 in the row. This 4 eliminates 4 here, so this is 6, which makes that 4. 6 can only be next to 1 out of 1 and 9. 4 can only be next to 9 out of 1 and 9. So that makes this 5. That makes that 9. This 1 eliminates 1 here, so this is 2. 2 can only be next to 7 out of 6 or 7 on a whisper 5 line. Okay. And then the rest we learn from Sudoku. Well, except for this, I guess. The rest we do from Sudoku. Okay, so let's look at row 3. We have what? 4, 6, and 7 remaining. This can't be 4, 6 because of the 4, 6 in the column. So this is 7. This can be 4, 6, and this could be 4, 6. Column 4. We have 4 cannot be here because of 4 in the box. So 4 has to be here, which leaves 5 and 6 remaining in column 4. Column 5, we have what? 3, 7, and 8. This can't be 7 or 8 because of the 7, 8 in the box. So this is 3, which forces this to be a 7, 8 pair. That leaves in the rest of this upper central box a 6, 9 pair. 9 cannot be here because of the 9 in the row. So this is 6, that's 9. That leaves us as a 2, 3 pair here. Okay. We have 8 9s. We know where the last 9 has to be. It has to be here. Remaining digits in column 3 are 1, 7, 8. Okay, this can't be 7 because of a 7 in the row. Okay, those are all done. What about column 7? We have 1, 4, 6, 8 as possibilities in the rest of column 7. This can't be 4 because 4 in the row, no 6. And that's kind of all we have. What about column 8? We have 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cannot be any of these digits here because of the 7 in the box. So this has to be 7 here, which forces this to be 8, which makes this 6, which makes that 7. 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 4 and 6. This has to be a 4, 5 pair. 4 cannot be here because of the 4 in the row, so this is 5. That's 4. This eliminates 4 and 6 in the rest of the box, so this is a 1, 8 pair. That eliminates 1 and 8 in the rest of the column, so this is a 4, 6 pair. Remaining digits in this upper right-hand box then are 2 and 3. 2 eliminates 2 here, so this is 3, and that's 2. Remaining digit in row 2 is a 5. So this is 5, which eliminates 5 here, so it's 2 and 5. Okay, the 7 eliminates 7 here. 7 eliminates 7 here, so this is 8. This is 7. 3 cannot be next to 7 on a whisper 5 line, so this is 2. That's 3. Remaining digits in column 1 are 1, 3, and 8. This can't be 3, so this is a 1, 8 pair. This can't be 3 or 8, so this is 1, which makes this 8, which makes this 3. 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 1 and 8, which makes this 1. This can't be 1 or 8, it's 7. That leaves this digit as a 6. This 1 eliminates 1 here, so it's 8. We have in column 2, remaining digits of 2 and 4. This can't be 2 because of the 2 in the row, so this is 4. That's 2. This 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 6 and 4. 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 5 and 6. That leaves this as a 1, and this as a 5. And that's a solution to this. Yeah, fairly straightforward. This does highlight, I think this is what Katie Splendor, the creator of this puzzle, was trying to go for, was trying to show that if you have any switch ups on a whisper 4 or whisper 5 line, meaning they have to be in the low set or the high set, and if it doesn't alternate correctly, then it has to be a whisper 4 line with a 5 somewhere in between. Otherwise, a whisper 4 line acts pretty much the same as a whisper 5 line, in that it will always alternate low and highs. It's just basically, it will start switching the sets if it goes from 1 to 5 to 9, right? So it has to go 1, 5, 9 in that case, if you're going to run into that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Learn How to Sudoku, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.